Attention. The upcoming video is only JD's opinion. If you disagree with what is discussed, ease your anguish with a pack of Fig Newtons and Capri Suns. Thank you. So, with the previous top fives, it got a few of my buddies talking, and so I thought I would invite them over here to maybe voice their concerns or admirations depending on how they feel about it. So, we have several of my buddies. We have one AJ from Stevens Motorsports. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
We have Joe, broadcaster extraordinaire.
Hello.
We have Zachary King.
Hey, how's it going?
And the lovely Robin.
Hello.
So anyway, so I wanted to go over with you guys about my top 5 favorite oval tracks, and just let me know what your opinions are, because I really think that I know that my favorite cars and least favorite cars definitely had some controversial things on it, but I feel like this one actually makes a little bit of sense. So let's get into it. At number 5, I put on there Nashville Fairgrounds. And other than Dale Jr., I am probably the biggest advocate for this track coming back onto the schedule. What do you think?
So, yes, and here's why. I had so much freaking fun when we did that 4th of July stream.
Yes.
When we did that where it was all of us, and then I somehow wound up on top of somebody's car after the race is over. Had a gas, did many races there that week. Absolutely love it. I'm all for it.
Okay, cool. Yes, so that one's a win. I'm digging it. It just has that Friday night feeling where, like, you know, it's Friday night and the sun's setting, and it just has that atmosphere, and that's a big part of why I like it. And it's fast for such a small track. It's kind of like Bristol in a lot of ways, but I think it's just classic for 87s and stuff like that. But number 4 is, and you know what? I was going to say the original, but after we did that one race, it's going to be Phoenix. And the new configuration, I actually really liked it better than I thought I would. I'd never actually done a race on the new one. But I missed the fact that the start-finish line was on the backstretch. Because no other track was like that. And now they kind of took that away. But that dogleg is a you-know-what show.
Okay, I'm just going to say it.
Yes.
I hope you got the bleep button ready.
Okay.
You're smoking fucking
I knew there was going to be one. I can't believe you don't like it. Didn't you enjoy the race?
Oh my god. Here's the problem. If we're talking real life, sure. I'm sure it's great. My problem with it in iRacing is when it's time to take the dogleg, everybody has their own line. Nobody takes a specific line, and it turns it into an absolute chaos fest.
So we are
like,
definitely
personally,
going with the old one.
if NASCAR could crumple it up, throw it in the trash, never bring it back, I'd be okay with it.
The amount of tire wear that comes with taking the dog leg too, it's such a massive taking.
Yeah.
If you just run the normal line, that's what I tried to do for the majority of the race until about the end of it. I'd take the dog leg when I knew I could. If you can handle it, you can handle it at that point. But there's too many guys who would try and take that late in the race with worn tires and then end up coming through turn 2 just wiping out.
Or they didn't even build the setup to go through the dog leg. They just knew, hey, for the first 5 to 10 laps, it sticks. After that, it goes to crap. And then it's a crapshoot. And I don't care what happens. I'm taking whoever with me.
I really like that track. It's actually the first track I ever remember getting a win on in the original NASCAR racing. It was Phoenix.
Sorry, dude.
And so maybe that's why I have a little bit of a soft spot for it. But that's what I have at number 4. Okay, now don't be mad at me for number 3, but it's a little bit biased, and that is Five Flag Speedway. And it kind of has the same kind of thing going for it that Nashville Fairgrounds does. It's got that Friday night feeling. Until you've had Cajun peanuts there, you just don't know.
I could take it or leave it.
It's a very fast short track. Like, it's faster than a lot of the other short tracks.
I feel like when I've raced it, which is only a handful of times, so take what I say with a grain of salt, I never stopped turning left.
Yeah, and I used to, when I first got on iRacing, I was like, boy, I'm going to hate these small tracks where it always seems like it's a circle. But
no, five flags. Literally, I don't even think it's got a flat spot on it.
not really. It really doesn't. The backstretch is a little straight, but it's a lot of fun. The Snowball Derby is real big here, and I literally live within walking distance of the track. And Stuart was out here last year, and I know a few other guys were. And the only problem is don't ever try driving down there because you're not going to find parking anywhere. But it's I'm so glad that they call it the Winter Derby, but I'm glad they have it on iRacing. I ran it last time and got killed. It's the only race to this day I've ever been disqualified from because I had too many incident points. It was like 30 cars on 30 super late model cars on the track. So I mean, it's going to be a mess a little bit for 300 laps. So
Your home track.
yeah, pretty much.
I really I like it in the street stocks. Like that car is fun.
Yes.
There. Any other car?
That I could see there, or
Legends.
the modified.
The modifieds are really, really fun at Five Flags. If you've never raced there, I recommend the modifieds. Okay, so number 2. This one's going to ring true for a lot of us. The good old-fashioned, please, God, bring it back, Monza Oval.
Ooh.
Are we turning right or left?
Yeah, which way are we turning?
I don't care. As long as we're on it. Now, let's just say turn it left, just for the...
I'll say if we're turning left, I got you beat all day long. Because
It's
true.
It's-
I'm 1-0 on everybody in this chapter.
You are the only one-and-knower. The famous "I won on my lid" statement
That is true.
in Funny Moment
Fun
16.
track. Rougher than any dirt road I've ever been down. But
Gee, I can't believe that they had that place closed down. I wonder why.
yeah, literally,
It
that was.
was-
I think that was in your video.
Yes, it was. And it's just got the one guardrail. It's like Bristol banking. There's nothing but hills to the left. And when you're coming out of 4, there's like a bunch of barriers and flat walls that'll kill you.
Yeah, and if your setup's not set up right, King, didn't you flip there,
Yes.
or was that
Couple
Tyler?
times.
I
I think
he did.
me and Tyler might have had something to do with each other flying and flipping.
Something about the Booker
Okay.
T Spinneroonie.
Yeah,
But I think that was Tyler.
Classic.
But it's also a soft spot for me because it's actually the first time I ever got to race with everybody in the iCrash Weekly community. So, and also it's been closed. I looked this up. It's been closed since 1961 because of a crash that killed a driver and 15 fans.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. Like,
Yep.
gee, I wonder why it's closed down.
You always talk
I was
about
about
the
to
ghosts of Nürburgring, but how about the ghosts of Monza?
It was.
I try not
it
to
was
think about
also. I think that shut down about the same time as that guy killed a bunch of people at Le Mans the one year. I think it was like 1957, 1958.
Yes. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's still the pioneering days. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
And so yeah, that's Monza. I love Monza. It's such a fun track. So before we reveal number 1, I do have 2 honorable mentions, as always. Now this is where some of the controversy will come in, more than likely. I know for a fact one of you will hate one of these. I'm not going to say who it is, or what track it is, but you'll know it when you hear it. So
Use the button.
So the first honorable mention is actually where we raced just last night, iRacing Super Speedway. And I know it's kind of weird seeing a Super Speedway on here, but I like that one. Unrestricted. I mean, we had the trucks going, what, 235?
About 2:30.
Yeah, and it's a special place in my heart because I know in NASCAR racing, it was the Coca-Cola Speedway, and I used to race there all the time when I was deployed and had nothing but a laptop and a controller. And that got me through some really hard times in that part of my life. So it's very nostalgic for me. And the second one is the LA Coliseum.
Are these? We've got beef, motherfuckers!
Yes.
Are you insane?
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
know.
depart.
Absolutely insane.
I knew you'd say it. So, yes, now hear me out. The only reason
man.
LA Coliseum is an honorable mention is and I know you've seen it when I go in there fooling around with putting 60 cars on the track. And they back
don't
up
know.
so much to where the pace car ends up running into the back of the field. And the cars, if there's a wreck, all the cars stop like it's I-5 in San Diego.
snap goes the racers.
Yes, pretty much. And
I
it's just a
think you're-
lot of fun. I can't wait to start hosting races there with that. The possibilities are endless.
You're insane.
I know.
You're insane.
That's all
NASCAR
I'll
should never go back. That's all I have to say.
I don't
Yeah.
like how gimmicky it is, but for iRacing, oh yeah, it's fun.
I would be fine if they went back to horse and chariot on that track.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they said it's the last Coliseum, so like, why not get the horses?
No,
do it.
Bristol's
Exactly.
the last Coliseum.
Oh, sorry.
The LA Coliseum is a football field that NASCAR thought would be a great idea. Let's host a NASCAR race.
It
Oh,
is
idiot.
very small, but I don't care. I'm gonna be hosting some races there. Join at your own risk. And number one has a little bit of a disclaimer to it. It is kind of, I could have easily gone 1, 2, 3 with these tracks, but they're very similar, and I could easily put either one of these, but I decided on Charlotte. And the reason why I chose Charlotte, because I was tossing around between, I could have easily gone Charlotte, Atlanta, Texas, like 1, 2, 3, but I thought that would have been a little boring. I love the cookie cutters, and I just love the cookie cutter tracks. But Atlanta, Texas, I didn't want to have both of them on there. But Charlotte, I'm definitely most confident in. I think it has, at least for me, the greatest chance for getting a win. Even though I have not won there, but I've gotten several second places. Never had a bad wreck not a bad wreck. I've never had a bad finish there where I felt like everyone just outdrove me and killed me at the race. I always seem to do really good there. It's got a lot of all-star race memories, and the Coke 600 is such a long race. I love it. But yeah, so that's number one.
You just gave me an eye twitch.
Did I? Did you disagree with? How much of that did you disagree with?
All of it. Every part of it.
Really? You don't like Charlotte?
Okay, so I prefer the old configuration over the new configuration. To me, it's another one of those tracks that a lot of guys don't know how to drive. And I'll say it. Like, they want to float through the tri-oval like they can go anywhere and not listen to their spotter. To me, number one should have been, and you're going to hate it, Talladega.
Talladega, baby!
I'm speaking of which, I'm going to have to put a top 5 least favorite ovals after this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not putting any spoilers out, but, But, yeah.
JD says, I ain't pointing no mouse clickers, but...
Dude,
I wonder why.
it's so much fun just learning all these tracks, because it's so much more than just driving fast and turning left. But I appreciate you guys joining me on this, and I want to just say, go subscribe to Steven's Motorsports. His live streams are the best. It's like the same guys just coming in there, hanging out with friends, and I highly recommend it. And I'm always in there trying to distract him while he's trying to win a race.
Yeah, he talks to me about food.
Yep, that's my go-to is food. So,
Hey, food's good.
thank you guys so much for joining. And any final words?
All right. Thanks all you figgies for watching.